Welcome, my friends. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Jen Hilman, and I invite you to roll out your mat and follow along with me today in this replay of my live yoga class, a part of a pain relief series focusing on core strength and stability. Now, while you're at it, go ahead and like this video, leave your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Then go ahead and roll out your mat, and let's get ready to flow. We'll begin our practice sitting in a nice easy seat today, just taking these first few moments to let yourself get grounded and centered. So just adjust yourself in your seat so you feel comfortable. And we are going to be working on cultivating that deep inner strength, deep in the core, to help you maintain a healthy posture that will ultimately be the key to reducing your chronic pain areas in your body. So this postural support is extremely important, and we are going to spend our day today honing in on that central channel, really tuning into that center. So even as you sit, start to tune into a sense of lift in your spine, extending up from the pelvis. So you feel your pelvic floor connecting to the earth. And from that grounded root, you begin to grow tall like a sunflower, reaching for the sun. And as you extend up through the crown of your head, your flower blooms. We tap into that universal energy all around us. So feeling that sense of lift, you may become aware of a gentle engagement of the deep core muscles. So it's not like flexing your abs, but it's through that sense of extension in the spine that we begin to awaken the deep inner core muscles. Now, as you draw your next inhale, expand your belly, expand your ribs, expand your lungs, and feel your abdomen stretch as you fill with that breath. Then as you exhale, hug your abdominals in, nice and slow, squeezing the belly as you compress through the lungs and press all the air out. Then we're going to do that again. A deep inhale, feeling the belly expand, feeling the sides and the low back expand. Then exhale, slow and steady, hugging the belly in, compressing the abdomen. We push the air out of the lungs. One more time, nice big deep breath in. Expanding all the way down. Oh yes, then we'll exhale. Squeeze it out using the core. Yes, nice work. Now this time, as you inhale, lift up in your ribs, expand the lungs, and pull your belly up and in. So instead of expanding the belly out, we're lifting the belly up. Big, wide lungs, then exhale, keep the belly pulled in. So we squeeze the core even stronger. So you could think like a hot air balloon, how it balloons up like so. So as you inhale, hug the abdomen up and in and expand through the ribs, all the way up through the top of the lungs. Then exhale, keeping that belly hugging in strong as you press the air out. We'll go one more time like this. Inhale, lifting up through the spine, hug the belly up and in, expand expanding through the lungs to the very top of your breath. And then keep the belly lifted as you exhale, forcing the air out of the balloon. Good. We'll inhale. Reach up tall, lift through your fingertips, hugging the belly up and in. Then as you exhale, we're gonna twist to the right. Really twist from the core, calling on the obliques as you twist your heart around. And today, we're gonna open the right fingertips back behind you as you float the left hand down to your knee. So we sometimes will bring the right hand down to the floor. Today we're gonna lift up through the crown, open the right fingertips back behind you, and use the strength of your obliques to help you twist for 3, 2, 1. And coming through center, we'll inhale, open the arms wide, then exhale and twist to the left, bringing the right hand down to your knee. Hug your belly up and in so we awaken the strength of the core. Then open through your chest and shoulders as you rotate your heart open to the left, engaging the obliques for 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back to center. Open the arms wide. Stretch your heart forward, lift through your chest, open the arms wide. Then exhale your breath and close the palms in front of you. Palms come to touch. Interlace your fingers. Scoop your belly in and round through your spine. Tuck your chin down to your chest as you reach your fists forward. Now your belly should be pulling in, scooping the belly in as you round and stretch your spine. Then inhale, reaching up to center. Stretch your fists up towards the sky. Flip your palms open, pressing your palms upward. Then again, hug your belly up and in as you inhale and push the sky away. Big deep breath, squeezing through the core. Then as you exhale, we'll gently circle your arms down and around, interlacing your hands behind you. Squeeze the palms together. Inhale your breath as you roll your shoulders onto your back. Lift your heart up as you draw your core into center. Lifting, stretching through the sternum and the chest. Then slowly return to center. Nice and easy. Relax your hands onto your knees. Then just take a few rounds of just easy, relaxed breathing. Let your belly relax. So we're not making any big effort here, just letting the body breathe itself. Notice the energy that you feel swirling around in your body. Then we're going to come onto our tabletop, hands and knees. So as you make your way to that tabletop, we're going to move into our cat and cow really intentionally here, really strong. So we're just going to start at neutral, feeling that extension through the crown of your head and feeling a downward extension out through the pelvis. Now, as you're in this tabletop, just hug your belly up and in towards your spine. So we're resisting the pull of gravity, drawing the core up and in. Then press your hands into the mat and feel a sense of lift out of your shoulders, right? So we're not sinking down into the shoulders, but rather pushing the floor away. You lift up out of the shoulder joint, hugging the core to center. Now, on your inhale, begin to draw your heart forward through your arms, rolling your shoulder blades down your back. You'll begin to tip your pelvis forward. Keep lifting the belly up and in until you feel a stretch across the rectus abdominis, that big long, abs muscle. All right, now we'll hug it in, lifting from your belly button, squeeze up and in so that you begin to round the spine. You feel the abdominals pulling you forward as you press against the earth and stretch your back body. Now we'll inhale and reverse. Try to keep the core engaged for the duration of this movement. As you lift your heart, roll your shoulders down away from your ears. Reach your rib cage forward so you feel the belly stretch. Then draw your core up through center, flexing through your abs. Push against the earth as you round yourself forward, squeezing the belly strong as you stretch your back. Then we'll come forward again. One more round. Try and stay with it, keeping the belly lifted as you draw your heart forward, tip the pelvis forward, and feel the belly stretch. Then we'll exhale and round, hugging it in. Really squeeze, squeeze, squeeze through your abs as you round your spine to the sky. Then slowly come back to neutral. Draw your hips to your heels. Come down into a child's pose. Nice, deep, slow, steady breath right here. Just relaxing into your child's pose. If you want to roll your wrists around a little bit or, flex your hands, you can stretch. I'm just letting yourself kind of reset here in this moment. All right, from here we'll press back to your tabletop. Coming back onto your hands. Now, if you have blocks, it can be helpful to practice with blocks under your hands. You don't have to. I'm just giving that to you as like a little sidebar. Blocks can be a really helpful tool, and they can also help take some of the pressure out of your wrists. So, just throwing that out there for you. Okay? So, as we move on, we're coming back to that really strong and active tabletop position. Keeping the belly lifted, pressing against the earth, we lift up out of the shoulders, feeling a long extension in the spine. Now, shift your weight into your left knee and then begin to extend your right leg up and back. Notice when you lift the leg, the belly inherently wants to drop because there's more weight back there. So re-engage. Hug your belly button in towards your spine. Feel that lengthening along the sides of your waist. As you lift the right leg, really tone the strength of the leg, hugging the muscles onto the bone. Now, we'll inhale like cat and cow. Lift your heart, drawing your chest forward through your arms. As you tip the pelvis forward, the right heel rises. Then as you exhale, we round through the spine, hugging your belly in, so much so that the right knee comes forward. Tuck your chin and hug your knee in. And again, we'll inhale, extend. Right leg long. Draw the heart forward and lift through the heel. Hugging your belly in, we exhale and round, squeeze and lift through your core, rounding through your spine as you draw the knee forward. Then one more time, we inhale and lift. Lengthening the spine long, keep the belly lifted up and in as you stretch through your core. Then we'll exhale and round, squeezing through center, hug the knee forward and round your spine to the sky. Then inhale, extend that right leg again, and we're going to gently come down onto your forearms. keeping the right leg lifted. Keep the right leg really toned and strong, really powerful and engaged. Then lift your belly up and in. So we're not sagging, okay? We're feeling tone and strength. Press down through your forearms, lifting up out of your shoulders. Then we're gonna pulse the right heel up. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, squeeze it in. Again, inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. 2 more. Lift and squeeze. Last one. Lift and squeeze. Good work. Lower your right knee back down next to the left. We're going to sink the hips back and just take a little child's pose. You want to let the left leg relax a little bit. Let the shoulders and arms relax. Again, if you want to roll your wrists around, you can. So this is your moment to just reset and get ready for the second side. Then we'll go ahead and reach the fingertips forward, stretching through your arms. Then gently make your way back up to that tabletop position. So take the time to set yourself up well. And just another little side note, I really encourage practicing with the back toes tucking under as opposed to the top of the foot down. Just brings a little bit more action and stability into the legs, gives you a little bit more support there. So once you're stable in your tabletop, stable in your table, we'll hug the belly in and lengthen through your spine, feeling that sense of extension. Now we'll shift your weight over into the right leg and start to extend that left leg up and back behind you. And again, as the leg lifts, the belly wants to drop. So we want to engage the strength of the core, resist the pull of gravity, even as you lift the leg. Then we'll inhale together, reaching your heart forward and through, kicking the heel high until you feel the belly stretch. Then exhale and curl it in. Actively choose to use the strength of your core, rounding yourself forward as you draw the left knee towards your chest. Then inhale and extend. Reaching out through the heel as you draw your heart forward. Try not to sink in the shoulders. Then exhale, pulling it into center, squeezing through core, pressing your spine to the sky. One more time. Inhale and extend. Notice that moving slowly actually presents you more of a challenge. So be intentional in your movement. Really awaken the muscles in the core center, squeezing, engaging those muscle fibers. Then extend the left leg back. We're going to come down onto your forearms. Whew, yes. So again, we don't want to just drop the belly here. Try to maintain your strength and stability, hugging in through center as you tone the strength of the left leg behind you. Then we'll inhale, kick the left heel up. Exhale, draw your knee into center, squeeze. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale, hug it into center. Inhale and lift. Exhale and squeeze. 2 more. Kick it up and squeeze it in. Last one. Lift and squeeze. Nice work. Let's gently lower your left knee down. Settle your hips back to your child's pose. And take this time to reset. Just letting yourself drop into this moment. Be really gentle and loving with yourself here. Then slowly begin to work your way forward onto your belly. So we're coming down onto your tummy. And just take another round of breath here, feeling your belly softly press into the floor. Yes. So settling in, we're going to bring your hands alongside your chest with the palms flat down to the floor. Spread your fingertips wide apart as you press the tops of your feet down into the mat. Before we do anything else, let's roll the tops of your shoulders up towards the sky. So we squeeze the shoulder blades, the tips of your shoulder blades down your back. So we draw the tips of the shoulder blades down the back of the ribs. Then slowly begin to engage the strength of the mid and low back by pulling your heart up away from the earth. So we engage the strength of the low back, the mid back, and even the upper back as you draw your shoulder blades down. Then slowly release back down to the floor. Then extend your arms off towards the sides. We're just going to bring your hands off the edges of your mat and then come up onto your fingertips. So you lift the palms of your hands away from the floor. The elbows are still bent, okay? Your elbows are kind of pointing up towards the sky. All right, now from here, we're going to start the same way by rolling your shoulder blades up and back. So we lift the head of the shoulder away from the floor and begin to draw the tips of the shoulder blades down your back. And engaging the mid and low back, begin to peel your heart up away from the earth. Now here's your next challenge. Think about dragging your rib cage forward on your mat so your tummy gets a little longer. Then again, we're going to roll the shoulder blades up and back, going down your back. Pull yourself up a little higher, calling on even more strength in your back. Then again, see if you can drag the rib cage forward a little bit. Now tiptoe your fingertips back a little bit. Roll the shoulders down and back one more time. Curl the heart up a little higher. Drag your chest and rib cage forward. And slowly release yourself back down to the floor. Stack one hand on top of the other and bring your forehead down on your hands. Then we'll slowly begin to just rock your hips side to side. So you can let yourself start to get a little momentum in the hips as you rock back and forth, but feel your whole spine respond. Just getting into that rocking motion and let the muscles in and around your spine relax. Then we'll slowly come back to stillness. Bring your hands flat alongside your chest, like cobra hands. Then we're going to curl your toes under and then tone the strength of your legs. So your legs get super straight and strong and your knees may even come up off the floor a little bit. Now, keep the legs active. Roll your shoulders up and back. Okay, so we draw the shoulders down as you lift the head of the shoulders off the floor. Now, lift your gaze and hug your belly up and in. So you lift your belly button away from the floor. Then push down with your hands and see if you can lift yourself up into plank pose. Hiya! Great. Now draw your hips up and back and work your way into a downward facing dog. Now you can pedal out your feet, stretch into the backs of your legs. Yes, just let it stretch and feel good.
Breathe your breath slow and deep as you open into the backs of your legs. Now, even here in your downward facing dog, let yourself tune in and feel the sense of your belly lifting up and in. So there should be a little bit of a feeling of like scooping out through the abdomen. So our belly is not just like floppy, it's pulling up and in. And it's that lift in the core that allows you to pull the hips up even higher. So we really engage the strength of the core, and downward facing dog is a full body pose. So just take one more deep breath, feeling your whole body engaged in this moment. And as you exhale, slowly start to walk your feet forward. And as you make your way towards the top of your mat, see if you can keep curling the belly in, curling the belly in, curling the belly in until you come forward to fold. You can bend your knees as much as you need to feel your body relax, okay? So just let yourself hang and fold over your legs. If you want to sway your body side to side or shift your weight from right to left, just take a moment in this forward fold to let it be, easy. Now we'll prepare to ground into your forward fold, spreading your toes wide, root down through the balls of your feet and the heels of your feet. Then on your next inhale, we'll lift and lengthen through your spine, extending your heart forward. Now you can bring your hands to your shins or touch your hands to the floor, but what I want you to really feel here is the back body engage as you extend out through your spine. Then just like I've been saying all day, lift the belly up and in as you lengthen out through the crown of your head. Take one more inhale here, really reaching out through the head and out through the pelvis. Then as you exhale, keep lifting your belly to your spine as you fold your body down. So we lift through the core to help you get a deeper forward fold. Now let's inhale, lift and lengthen. Hands to the floor or hands to the shins. As you extend out through your spine, lift your belly up and in. Keep the belly lifting as you exhale and fold. See how deep it can take you when you use your core to pull you forward. Then one more round. We'll inhale to extend. Lift and lengthen through the spine. Lift and lengthen through the belly. Then we'll exhale and gently fold, coming back down over your legs. Now, let's inhale to lift and extend your spine long. And this time we'll bend into your left knee. Using the strength of your core, begin to revolve the rib cage around and extend your right fingertips to the sky. I know we do this posture a lot of the time, but it's a completely different experience when you intentionally engage the strength of your core to revolve through the ribs. Slowly release, folding yourself back down to center. We've got one more side. Let's go for it. Inhale to lift and lengthen, reaching out through the crown of your head. Bend into your right knee and then gently open your left fingertips to the sky. But we're really choosing to use the obliques to pull the left rib cage around. Using that core strength, we begin to open through the left shoulder a little more. For 3, 2, 1, gently release and fold yourself back down over your legs. Shake it out a little bit here, taking some nice deep breaths. Slowly roll yourself up to standing. Just taking your time, gently make your journey up to neutral. Coming to stand all the way up. Your head is the last thing to arrive. And as you come into your standing pose, just close your eyes and feel your body alive and breathing. And just shake out your legs a little bit here. I know you guys, it's like this is a slow and painful process, but we're doing it together. I'm going to talk you through it. Man, it's like doing that intentional core work, I'll tell you. We're like 20 minutes in and I'm like dying. Not that it's like too hard to physically do, but it really calls upon that inner chi, right? It really calls upon that inner will, that inner stamina, that inner fire. So this is where we get into to tapas, building the heat in our body. So I'm with you all the way, all right? We're gonna do it together. So from here, inhale and circle your arms up towards the sky, reaching up through your fingertips. Now, we're going to grab your left wrist with your right hand, then curtsy your left toes across towards the right side. Now you can bend into the right leg a little bit just so you have some buoyancy there. Okay, then we're going to begin to pull the left arm up and over, arcing through the left side of your body. So I want you to actively pull on that left wrist. So it's a really active stretch, feeling the right side body squeeze and the left side body stretch for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come back to center, stepping your left foot back to its place. Stretch the fingertips high, take a deep breath in, then exhale and circle your hands down and around behind you. We're going to squeeze the palms of the hands together. Gently bend into your knees and just feel your sitting bones connected to your heels. So there's like a long line of energy from the sitting bones to the heels. Then roll your shoulder blades onto your back. Hug your belly up and in and begin to gently lift through your chest. So we're maintaining a little bend in the knees just so we can stay grounded in the pelvis as you begin to roll the shoulders back and lift through your chest, hugging your belly up and in. 1, 2, 3. We'll slowly release. Coming back to center, we'll inhale, stretch your fingertips high. This time we're taking the right wrist with the left hand, and you're going to curtsy those right toes over towards the left side. Gently bend into the left knee, just giving you some grounding and stability as you begin to pull, actively pull on the right wrist. So we feel that stretch and lengthening along the right side body, all the way through the ribs. Even hug your belly in here, feeling the left side body squeeze as you stretch. And we'll slowly rise, coming back up to center. Nice and easy. Reach the fingertips high as you inhale. And we'll exhale and circle your hands down and around. Interlace your fingers here. Again, we're going to just take a gentle bend into the knees, feeling that sense of connection from the base or from the sitting bones to the heels, right? So we feel that connection to the earth. With the hands interlaced behind you, squeeze your palms, roll your shoulders back and begin to reach your fists back behind you. This time we're going to straighten through the legs, but keep the pelvis in place as you roll your shoulders up towards the sky, hugging the belly in. Lift your heart, lift your rib cage up as you pull the shoulders down and back, lifting, stretching through the sternum. Then we'll slowly release, coming back to center. Inhale, stretch your fingertips to the sky. Reach and lift. Then we'll exhale and fold your body down. over your legs. Yes, stretching through the spine. Relax the weight of your head. Relax your neck. Relax through your shoulders. Now, shift your weight into the right foot. We're going to extend your left leg up and back behind you as you lift and lengthen through your spine. So we have a half lift with the left heel extended. Take a deep breath in, lift your belly to your spine. Then as you exhale, curl the left knee in, round through your spine. You can gently bend into the right knee as you work your way into a tuck. Then we'll inhale and extend it back, hugging your belly towards your spine as you lengthen and kick the left leg long. Exhale and curl it in, actively choosing to use the core muscles. Then we'll inhale and extend, reaching the left leg long as you extend your heart forward. Then exhale to hug it in, squeezing through core center as you round and tuck your spine. Then gently step the left foot down, coming back through center, and you can gently wiggle out your legs. Whew. Now we'll shift on over to the left side, balancing your weight in the left leg. Then begin to extend your right heel up and back. Then we'll inhale and extend your heart forward, nice long spine. Lift and lengthen through your core. Take a nice deep breath in. Then exhale and curl it into center, rounding through your spine. You can gently bend into the left knee as you curl forward into a tuck. Then we'll inhale and extend it back, reaching your heart forward as you kick and lengthen through the right leg. Then exhale to curl it into center, squeezing through your belly, round your spine and tuck your chin in. Inhale and reach it long. Nice big deep breath as you stretch. Then we'll exhale and curl it into center. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Then gently step the right foot down. You can shift your weight side to side or shake out your legs, just letting yourself relax as you come to fold your body down. Then we'll gently bend into your knees and bring your hips down to the floor. Feeling great, right? Hug your knees in, just wrap your arms around your shins and give yourself a squeeze. Tell yourself that you're doing a great job, because you are. I'm awesome and I love myself and I'm doing a really great job. Those affirmations go a long way, you guys. I hope you practice your affirmations every day. Bring your feet flat down to the floor. Bring your hands to the mat behind you, push into the earth and lift up your chest. Yes, so as you extend through your spine, guess what? We're gonna hug the belly up and in. Now notice, when you hug your belly in, there might be a tendency to wanna scoop the tailbone, right? Like we're squeezing your core, but rather lift up the chest, ground down through your sitting bones, and scoop your belly up and in as you lift up through the chest and lengthen. So this is a little bit different alignment, engages the core in a different way. Now we'll gently rock back so the feet lift. You can just kind of hover your feet above the floor, and you're going to bring your hands together. You can interlace your hands, whatever you want to do. We're just going to tap the floor on either side. Tapping, tapping, tapping from right to left. Try and keep your spine lifted. Try and keep your belly hugging in. Twisting, twisting. We're just going to keep going here. Again, remember that going faster isn't always the answer. You know, sometimes going nice and slow allows you to really tune in and use your muscle strength. We're going back and forth for 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees in, let your belly relax. Just taking a little resting moment here. It doesn't matter what it looks like. Just let yourself relax. Come back to your breath. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Now, bring your hands back behind you. Bring your feet to the floor. We're going to set up in the same way. pressing your hands into the earth to lift up the spine. So we lengthen through the torso. Then hug your belly in towards your spine. So we lift and engage the strength of the belly. Now, again, we're gonna float your feet up away from the floor, and then we're just gonna tap. Tap the toes down, lift the legs up. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. Try and keep your heart extending up towards the sky, so we don't wanna go into this rounded crunching business. Really lifting through the chest. So you think your knees come towards your chest. Lifting and lengthening through the spine, we tap, 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 tap. Hug your knees in and relax. Good job. Let yourself catch your breath. Take a minute to relax and just tell yourself you're doing a great job. Don't let yourself get all judgy, right? Just love yourself. You're showing up, you're doing the work, you're doing awesome. All right, one more. You're gonna bring your hands back behind you, bring your feet flat to the floor. Pressing against the earth, we lift and lengthen through the spine. Hug your belly in and feel like a superstar. Then gently rock back, floating the feet away from the earth. We're gonna try, keep the shoulders balanced and square to the mat in front of you. Then we'll begin to pedal out the feet. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Trying to keep the core and the spine stable. So we're not like twisting, sometimes we do, but today we're keeping the spine stationary and it's just the legs. Kicking, 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 kicking. One, da, 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 da. One, yeah, right? Is this helping? Lift up through your chest. Kick, kick, kick for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees in, wrap your arms around your shins. Say, I am awesome. Are you saying it? I can't hear you. I'm sure you are. All right, bring your feet flat to the floor. Bring your hands to the mat behind you. We're gonna press into the earth with your hands, press into the earth with your feet, and begin to lift your hips up towards the sky. Reverse tabletop. Press down through the soles of your feet as you lift, lift, lift through the hip bones. Then even here you can think about rolling your shoulder blades onto your back and lifting up through your chest and lifting up through your heart. Even let yourself lift your chin and gently open through your throat. Feeling the front body stretch, feeling the fronts of the shoulders and chest. Then we'll slowly release your hips back down to the floor. Then extend your legs out in front of you. Walk your fingertips forward and just let yourself fold over your legs. We're gonna rewind one time, so you just slowly walk yourself back in. Now coming from this sitting position, let's lift up through the belly, hugging your core into center. Squeeze your belly button in. Keep the belly tucking in as you begin to fold forward here, right? So we're lifting through the core center as you gently fold over your legs. And see if that creates a different experience for you. And wherever you are in this forward fold, try and let your head relax. Let your chin fall down towards your chest and feel your shoulders stretch forward, feeling lengthening stretch along the back of your spine. Oh, feeling that sensation as it moves across the back of your hips and all the way down your legs and your knees and your calves and your ankles. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Let yourself stretch. And slowly roll yourself all the way back up. Now we're going to come on down onto your back. Hug your arms around your knees and give yourself a little squeeze. This is a nice, easy way to compress the belly. Squeezing your core, squeezing your knees in, kind of massaging the belly in that way. And then we're going to bring the soles of your feet down to the floor. Now, you're just going to have to sense with your perception that your feet are parallel, so the toes aren't rotated out or rotated in. We want to just feel that the feet are aligned, and we'll walk your heels in towards your sitting bones. So we bend the knees in as much as possible. All right, now we'll extend your arms down by your sides, and you can let your palms rotate down towards the floor. Now, we'll begin to stand into the strength of your legs, pressing down through the heels. You'll feel your hips start to lift. So again, we open and lengthen along the front body as you lift up your hips. So we stretch through the hip flexors and we find length in the belly. You can easily feel the sense of the belly dropping in, up and in, like up towards the ribs, in towards the spine. So we lift up the hips, feel the belly scoop up and in, then press your shoulders down towards the floor and lift through your chin. See if you can lift the hips up a little higher, and we'll slowly release, coming back down to the floor. Let your knees fall into center. Let your heels rotate out towards the sides. So we just let the legs relax in this resting position. Take some deep breaths into your belly, massaging your belly with your breath, just letting the body breathe for itself. Now we're going to take another back bend. You have the option to just come back and do that bridge pose like we just did with the feet on the floor and the head and shoulders down. Or if you want to move into a full wheel, a full back bend, I will talk you through that option here this time around, okay? So we're all gonna start in the same way, rotating the feet back to parallel. And again, you've just gotta use your sense perception to kind of determine where that parallel position is. You're gonna walk your feet in as close to your sitting bones as you can, okay? For those of you that are gonna do the bridge pose, we're gonna bring the hands down, palms flat to the floor. If you're going into a full wheel, full back bend, then we're gonna flip the hands up and over, placing the palms to the floor alongside your shoulders with the fingertips pointing down. Then we'll all start to stand into the legs. Pressing down through your feet, you begin to curl your hips high. If you're staying in bridge pose, press down through your shoulders, press down through your head as you lift the hips up and up. If you're moving into that full wheel posture, we're going to begin to press down with the hands, lifting your chest and stretching the front body to its fullness. So we open through the chest, let the hips open, feeling length and stretch along the belly. For 3, 2, 1, we'll all make our way back down to the floor. Slowly release and hug your knees in towards your chest. This time, we'll curl your head and shoulders away from the floor, tucking in towards your knees. We round through the spine, just curling into a little ball. Then slowly release back down. We're going to make a little happy baby here, opening the soles of your feet towards the sky. Reach your hands between your two legs and grab a hold of the outer edges of your feet. Now to start, we're going to stack the heels over your knees so your shins are perpendicular to the floor. With the knees opened out towards the sides, begin to use the strength of your arms and press down through the feet, driving your knees down towards the earth. Now, it's natural that the hips may want to lift. See if you can counteract that by grounding your sacrum down towards the floor as you actively press down through your hands and open through the hips. Now we'll take it a little bit deeper. You can stay right where you are, or you can begin to kick the heels away from each other, widening the angle of your stretch. Now, it's a-okay if your knees don't straighten. They really don't have to. That's not the point. The point is to just take yourself into the most yummiest, juiciest stretch that feels good to your body. So just take this final moment to work your way into your own personal sense of the edge. Then we'll slowly release and all come back to center, hugging your knees in towards your chest. Then slowly release your feet down to the floor. Let your knees fall open to the sides. Then you can bring your hands to gently rest on your belly. As you settle into this pose, tune in to your breathing and feel your breath moving all the way down in and around your belly. With the warmth of your hands, feel that heat permeate into your tummy. And just take this moment to send light to your internal organs, send love and gratitude to your digestive system, to your kidneys and to your liver. Sending light and love to your gallbladder, to your intestines, to your stomach. Just thanking your whole internal working system that keeps you healthy, keeps you going, keeps you functioning day to day to day. Just love and appreciate your body and all of its great mystery, and thank your body for housing your spirit. Then slowly begin to extend your legs out in front of you. Let your arms just relax down by your sides. Let your palms rotate up towards center or up towards the sky. And let each one of your 10 fingers relax. Let your feet fall open to the sides so you feel your knees and your hips relax. And observe the gentle flow of your breath as it moves into your lungs and down into your belly. And as it moves out of your belly and out of your lungs. Let your chest and shoulders relax down to the floor. Let your neck and your throat relax. And make a little space between your teeth, releasing any tension in the jaw. Let your eyes drop down into your head. Let your eyebrows and your forehead relax. Feel the entire weight of your body. Surrender to the pull of gravity. Everything becoming one with the earth. Let yourself relax and be in this space of stillness. We won't be here for long, so savor it. And with your present moment awareness, this state of stillness exists within you infinitely. Slowly draw a deeper breath all the way into your body. The biggest, deepest, fullest breath you've taken all day. Then exhale slowly and completely, just allowing yourself to relax into the exhale. And slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, gently awakening your body, inviting in movement and energy. You can begin to roll your wrists and ankles around, eventually reaching overhead to just stretch your whole body from your fingertips to your toe tips. And slowly roll yourself over to the side and press yourself up into a seat, making your way back. As you come into this nice, easy seat, just take a moment to reflect on how you feel in this moment. Notice the sensations pulsing in your body. Observe the rhythm of your breath and the state of your mind. And bring your hands to your heart and thank yourself. Honestly appreciate and honor yourself for making the time, for showing up, for maintaining your commitment, for honoring your body in this way. Let your heart be filled with every other gratitude. And I thank you so much for being a part of this community, for allowing me to walk with you. I honor you and acknowledge you. And I see you. Thank you for being with me today. Until next time, namaste.